up, people? It's your boy the Kryptonian Saiyan here, bringing you a review for One Piece chapter 284. No cover story this time, but there's enough going on in this chapter where we don't actually need a cover story, though I still won't know what the hell Ace is doing inside the Navy base. But with that being said, let's just dive right into the chapter. So what ends up happening is Usopp shows up and he's like, oh shit, you're Kami. Wait, I didn't really mean that. And he runs the fuck out of the way, right? He slams the door. And Nami's like, are you serious right now? And what I thought was funny was the fact that Usopp is debating for a while. And he's like, look, man, like, I can't really just leave her there. You know, I wouldn't be right as a man. But oh shit, I can't really stop him. And what I love about this is Oda shows that fear makes you stronger, okay? And with Usopp, we see it very briefly. He doesn't, physically become stronger, but what we see is Usopp is basically channeling his fear and the adrenaline's mixing in. Usopp rushes back through, and that's when Enel fires a lightning bolt. And that's why I really feel like Enel, yes, he can, hear the conversations and stuff, but the thing is, I really feel like Enel can actually use that mantra ability mixed with this lightning to a point where he can notice the electrical imbalances that are taking place in your brain whenever you're thinking about, doing something or your emotions are changing. Because in that moment, Usopp should have had an adrenaline spike. It should have been enough going on to where he knew, like, okay, he's coming back through the door. Because he could just hear, like, oh, I can't leave her there. But there's no guarantees coming back through. So I'm really interested on that. Like I said, Enel might have an ability that's OP as fuck. It's already there. So I guess I should say he's got an ability. He might have an ability that's hacks. But what ends up happening, Usopp dodges the lightning bolt. And you have this funny banter scene with Usopp and Nami, where Nami cold clocks him on the back of the head. It was like, I thought you were here to rescue me. And she's shaking him. And that's when Usopp is like, I didn't think I could rescue you from a Kami, and they're laughing. And in that moment, it's just, you see the bond that each of these crew members has with each other's, man. Like, it's really interesting just to see how in that moment Nami can go from very upset to laughing along with Usopp, and it fits into the cover page for this. It's not a cover story, but a cover page. We actually see all the Straw Hats. They're laying around, right? And they're in a chill position, and Nami is, playing with her glasses. Luffy is asleep. Sanji is looking at her legs. Robin is reading. Zoro's lifting weights. Usopp's tinkering around. Chopper's just an amazing, like, oh shit. Like, Chopper, I swear to God, right? This is a little off track, but Chopper, in my opinion, it's like this dude is always on some good kush, okay? And the reason why I say that is just like he's got the big beady eyes, he's like smiling, everything blows him away. It's just like, yeah, whatever. I always think Chopper's high every time I see him. I've just never said that, okay? I always think Chopper's on some good shit. But the reason why I brought that up is, like I said, it shows that, there's a level of comfort with these guys. There's bonds being forged, and in that moment, we see it where Nami, she's hitting them, but it's coming from a good place. And then that's when the nails is like, okay, they're laughing, they're ignoring me, fires a lightning bolt. And in that moment, Nami comes up with a pretty good plan. And there's actually some foreshadowing that's taking place here, because she says, hey, that tube right there, that's probably something he doesn't want to destroy. You go stand by it. And it just shows right there, because Sanji ends up jamming up the gears. But she says, like, hey, there's certain things that he will prioritize. If this is one of them, we might have the upper hand, right? And with Nami, her plan is like, Usopp, you distract him. I'll get the waiver. I'll get us out of here. And it makes a lot of sense, because I thought they were just going to jump overboard. And I was like, how the fuck are they going to live? Like, they're not made out of whatever the fuck Luffy and Zoro are made out of, where they could fall from like 10 million feet and then still live. Because that fuck, like, Zoro has durability, because Nico Robin even said before, if you were a normal person, that probably would have killed you. And with Luffy fell, and even Isa is just like, how the fuck did you live past this? So just little small things, like, it just shows like Usopp and Nami, they're the normal people in the crew, but they still contribute. They still have stuff that makes them useful. So I like how, again, there's just a checks and balances type thing going on in this in this One Piece crew right here, the Straw Hat crew. But what happens is Usopp, he's telling these grand tall tales, or rather he just tells a tall tale, where he's just like, Usopp voodoo! And he's like, you've got nails in your fingernails. You've got paper cuts. Your gums, I forgot what he said with the gums, but it's in that moment that Enel's just like, okay, he's fucking lying. I think that he could have got away with it if he would have did that, or if he would have took it a step forward further and just, told some, Captain Usopp tall tales like, Enel, I'm not scared of you. There's this one time where I faced this big giant polar bear that shitted out lightning. He was the son of Broly, and because he's the son of Broly, he's more powerful than anything. When he lifts his pinky, he lifts planets and blah blah, like whatever. I just wanted to see Usopp just tell some tall tales, and you can't tell. I can't stand Broly. That's why I threw the little jabs there. Sorry about that. But that leads into my next point, though. Sanji's entrance, when he comes in, he kicks the hell out of Usopp, and he kicks him to where Nami's able to catch him and go off on a wave rider. Really reminds me of two Vegeta entrances, right? And both of them were around the same time, if I'm not mistaken. One of them was when Vegeta shows up and he kicks a heart-riddled Goku back towards Piccolo because he's suffering from the heart virus, and he just does it in a cold way. And the other one was in, I believe, Dragon Ball Z Movie 6, The Return of Cooler, where, Vegeta shows up and he kicks Goku. Like, just little small things like that. I thought that was, kind of cool to see something like that, because it just shows, like, just like Vegeta, Sanji's like, look, man, like, I care about this fucking dumbass, but I gotta help him out. And so that's cool to see that. And I'm thinking we're going to see Sanji finally throw down, right? Sanji has his Yamcha moment. But unlike Yamcha, or rather unlike Dragon Ball Z Yamcha, because in Dragon Ball Yamcha was useful, but he has this Dragon Ball Z Yamcha moment where, you're thinking he's going to do something epic, and then he just gets, taken down for the count. But the difference is Sanji, he's got the cigarette, takes the cigarette out, and it's like, I needed a light. Just wanted to tell you to drop dead. Enel zaps the bitch. He falls down. I'm not calling Sanji a bitch. It's just I throw the word around loosely. But, Sanji drops down. And that's when Enel's like, oh shit, you fucked with the gears. And he's taking off running. And this is good, because this sets up an opportunity, okay? It sets up an opportunity for Luffy to finally be able to get back on the ship. I'm guaranteeing that by the time Enel fixes everything Sanji's done, Luffy's going to show back up. Maybe not Luffy by himself, but more than likely just Luffy by himself. And I feel like this is going to move us into the second act of their fight. But also, I think this might be the conclusion of their fight. Unless, the third part comes after Luffy gets that giant ball, taken off on that gold ball. And if Sanji's going to strengthen it, I would like to see a strength feat from Sanji, because we've seen several of them when he was underwater and he was able to save Luffy, the Don Krieg thing. So I mean, we've seen, with I think it was Arlong, where he fought one of the shark men underwater. So this was cool. This is cool to see that. Like, we've seen strength feats, but this will be Sanji on another level, man. Just destructive capability, or not capability, destructive capacity. I would like to see a little more on Sanji's end. But my chapter question for you all was between Sanji and Usopp, right? From Sanji this chapter and Usopp last chapter, who had the better entrance? Just in your opinion, and why was it? And also what you think about, Usopp with all these tall tales. But as always, if you like anything I have to say, hit that like button, comment, rate, subscribe, share. I will greatly appreciate it. As always, thank you for watching Kryptonian Saiyan. Have an awesome day, guys.